Good morning, trader. It's 7:03 Central Standard Time, 20:03 here in Southeast Asia. It is the 6th of May, 2021. So I thought I'd come on a little bit early. It's going to be a short stream. I don't know if I'll even make it to the open here, but I wanted to keep an eye on what's going to happen with the non-farm payrolls. So basically, we have a risk-on scenario here for the indices. The daily on the NASDAQ, this is yesterday. It tried to rally a little bit in the Globex, and then it just fizzled out in the regular trading hours. I'm still thinking that they're going to come down and test these areas right across here, which they haven't quite gotten to yet. They almost did day before yesterday, or that was Friday again, or Monday. This is the Globex trade so far. So, of course, it could rally up the other way, but I think they're going to come down here to test this area and maybe even break lower. I don't know, but there's been a lot of upside traffic for a long time, and so they need to start taking some profits, etc. You'll see what happened the last time. We had a pretty good retracement here, so we'll see what happens. The economic calendar and why I'm on so soon here is we've got the continuing jobless claims in 25 minutes and initial jobless claims and the non-farm payroll all in the next 25 minutes to the bottom of the hour. And then we've got FOMC speaker Williams at the top of the hour. So what else is happening here? Natural gas storage, non-farm payroll productivity, initial jobless claims, and then I think the full non-farm payroll report. So that's the initial jobless claims is what it is nowadays. We used to call it the non-farm payroll, but I think they call this initial jobless unless we have that tomorrow. Wow, look at that. Got all the people speaking at these are my local times. So this would be 11 in the morning Central Standard Time. In case that's confusing to anybody. So tomorrow, open. Manufacturing payrolls and non-farm payroll. Yeah, non-farm payrolls tomorrow. That's the biggie at 8:30, 7:30 Central Time. 7:30 Central. That's 8:30, 20:30 local for me. That's the biggie. But I think we're going to have some movement off of the jobless claims today. So I thought I'd have a look at that. Got a lockdown here again, so schools are back to being closed, and our daughters doing the online stuff like before, which is kind of bad and kind of good. I don't have to get up at 5:30 in the morning anymore, so that's good. I get to sleep another hour or so. Get her up and get her going at 7 for online class, which starts at 7:30. So I can get a little sleep. I'm going to try to rest up, get all caught up on my rest here, and we see what happens next. So here we sit. Oh, there's the sell-off I was looking for. Darn it. This is a Heikinashi. I was trying to see how I thought that looked as opposed to the regular 20 bar range. This is a Heikin-Ashi range chart. 20 range is opposed to a Heikin-Ashi candle. So that would have been a nice little move to catch there off of the bottom of the VWAP and basically trading off the lead of the ES over here. Yesterday's trade was not particularly. Here's the big sell-off the day before yesterday. And we traded basically, we got down into value down to the, just touched the POC on the market profile POC. We've left open the volume profile, and this is an open volume profile POC from Monday. Boy, that was a mess there. Look at that. Talk about a poor weak low. Wow, 4 wide. That's kind of amazing. Anyway, and we don't have a lot of excess on yesterday's low, so it's a weak low. There's only 1 tick of excess, and it was right inside of range and value at the end there in the close. So I'm still expecting lower prices myself. Let's see what happens. Trade what you see, not what you think. That's the key, right? That would have been a nice little 10-pointer there, darn it. But, you know, pretty much in the middle of the range, I probably would have taken it anyway. And if we look at that on the candlestick, it looks like that, which is what you're missing on the Heikin-Ashi are all these ranges up here. But what's happened is where it opens, there's the open, ranges up, back down again. Open, up, down, you know. I'm not sure whether I like the way that looks or not. Anyway, we'll see what happens here at the bottom of the hour when we get some these jobless claims through, and then I'll probably go off stream and get some rest. I'm definitely be interested to watch non-farm payroll tomorrow. Just tapping this low right here. They haven't gotten through that yet. And that's right in the middle of all of this traffic. And our settlement is 40, right down to settlement, it's 491. 13,491. So they're going to bring it right back to the close. Essentially have accomplished nothing for all this trading. Going into the number, that's kind of my thinking. But I wouldn't want to take a short here. It's a value area low for the Globex, and it's right on settlement and the open, or close, I'm sorry. Close, open, however you want to look at it. Settlement's up here, the open is actually down here. Unless we get a mark on the number. Then we could see some downside. That's for sure. Let's see if I like this Heikin-Ashi. I just wish I sent an email or two. I hope they respond. I hope they get their act together with the proper Rinko. That would be quite nice from my perspective. I like that particular type of charting. Last trade was day before yesterday. One trade, 35 seconds, $400. We're $495 away from funding. for step 2 of the TopStep combine. The target's 53,000. So see what we're going to get here with this. I'm trying to study these Heikenashis closely so I can see if I think I like them a little better than that candle. It's so great if the damn Rinkos worked, but boy, it's a mess. Nothing happens. You don't get cumulative delta. You don't get volume. You don't get volume profile. Nothing. It's really a shame. I'll show you. In boop. All gone. Everything. Even the damn, volume profile, the stock one that they have all the time, the stock one just doesn't even show up. Gets the hell out of me, man. Why they do that, I don't know. Why they allowed that to get into the platform. And I'm kind of thinking they probably brought it down here to just above settlement, and they're going to just kind of sit on it till they see whether what impact the numbers might have. The biggie is non-farm payroll, of course, which is which is tomorrow at 07:30 or 20:30 my time. So we're going to see what happens. We have risk off. Settlement is 13,491 on the NASDAQ. 4160 on the ES. We're trading right at both of them. So some traders made some money today with this. Then they chopped the hell out of them, going into right back where they started. Basically, 5 ticks, 5 point profit start. Yesterday night was actually, I was watching the market, but I had a meeting, and I learned my $800 lesson about that Monday ago. About not doing that. But this string of sell-offs in here was quite nice. Several of these VWAP touches and sell-offs. That was some good trading, and volatility was up around 19 and change, 19 and a half. I see today it's back into the 18s. So it's kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. Trade what you see and not what you think. That's the secret, right? So there's the Hakanashi and candlesticks. Basically what happens is the wicks just readjust. Not sure what I think about that. Sorry. One of the things that they point out about the Hakanashi, you notice how there's no upper wicks or tails, if you want to call them that, and I think in their terminology they call the top side wicks and the bottom side tails. Why, I don't know. I think candlesticks call them both the same, but apparently when you get no upper wicks like that and a series of running candles, shows a stronger move. A stronger move. And looks like we're getting something here on the even the ES is moving down. Well, it is probably they're gonna probably position ahead of the number 10 minutes. So it's kind of there's probably a whisper number out, I guess. Now, what's that look like? What does this sequence look like here at candles? The difference is this possible correction or reversal right there. Doesn't really show, right? And maybe this is more accurate. If we get a quick little trade down there before this number comes out. I'm not liking the looks of that. Why did it freeze? What happened there? Why did it just come to a grinding halt? Huh. Like the second I got into it, it just absolutely froze. I thought for a second my system froze up. I'm thinking I don't like the looks of that. Yeah, that was not a good one. Okay, so what did the candlestick look like? Yes. All right, well. Okay. Oh, that's weird. I wonder why it just shut off instantly. Timing, I guess, perhaps, before the number. Don't know. I mean, there's no... if anything, I would have thought it got pretty close to the support area here, I guess. I was thinking it was going to come to this. For some reason, I've noticed quite often we pull back to these little long volume spikes. And that's where I thought that was going. So, there you have it. Well, I think I'll experiment with the Icon some other time and watch this. So we're one for a loser of a full stop. 165 or 8 points, 32 ticks. That's so weird. Talk about buying the bottom. God, they're selling the bottom. That's just anything. I mean, it barely even ticked. It just froze. I thought my computer had actually quit, or you know, the feed had frozen. Oh, oh well. There we go. Again with the bit rate story on the stream. I don't know why that error suggestion keeps coming up. There's nothing I can do about it. All the settings are as they're supposed to be according to what I read. And when I listen to it, it seems fine. So I don't know what the hell the problem is. With the OBS. So we're 6 minutes to that number. If that's going to make any kind of difference, I don't know. May not have much impact ahead of the non-farm is the bigger one. And then we got an hour for the open. See if we can see what that number says, how quickly it comes out. Yeah, see, well, we're up to 19 now on the VIX. That's good. Down to this number here. So we got continuing job claims. They don't think that's any number at all, but that one, initial jobless claims, 4-week average and non-farm productivity all come out and unit labor costs all come out at the same time. So let's see if we see any movement over here. A classic example that there's a 50-50 possibility or probability on the very next trade, each and every very next trade. And that's exactly is a classic example of that. It could have just ticked down or two more shots like over here. And the other day when I got a full 80 ticks, day before yesterday, and in this case, it just did not. That's all there is to it. It's 50-50 probability of the on each next trade. Has nothing to do with historical anything. Each trade is new. Market parameters are new and everything else. Oh, come on. 3 minutes, 2 minutes and a half. And this could be a whole lot of nothing, too. All fizzle. Never know. Okay, so we're within a few seconds here of this number and see if anything happens. And kind of interesting to see how quickly these update. Not much action, so a little below settlement, pretty much at the open or the close. And there should be the number. Yep. Wow. Quite a good move on the number. Only 498. So that ought to send something up. Continuing jobless claims rose, which is not good. But 4-week average and non-farm productivity and initial jobless claims all quite better than expected. So, but essentially no movement. So there you go. Tomorrow is the number that everybody's waiting to watch, I guess. So much for that. That's a whole lot of fart and very little fizzle, I guess, or however the saying goes. Shucks, I was thinking we'd get action here. Sorry, I turned the damn computer on. I'd have been $165 ahead of the game. Buy the rumor and sell the news. I think that's how it goes, isn't it? And they're not doing either one here, so apparently they're just spinning their tires, waiting for the open, I guess. And now, of course, they're going to go back and do the sell-off that I thought they were going to do a minute ago. And I'm not going to try that trick again. That's pretty much exactly what happened Monday ago when I lost that substantial amount. Yeah, look at that. See, that's what I was looking for right here. And I would have been up to my bracket target there, and everybody would have been happy. Mainly me. So that's what happens. That's what happens, 50-50. Just a little bit off on the timing, I guess. So now we've got another hour till the open, and I'll have to give quite a bit of thought to whether I'm going to stay here for an hour just to watch the open, keep the stream up. It doesn't make much sense to me to keep the stream going and burn that time. Not be very interesting to anybody to watch, including myself. So I think I may shut this off and perhaps reopen at the for the open, unless if I decide to come back. And now what would this look like? Huh. I don't know. I don't know how you trade. How you supposed to trade that? It's a perfect example of what happens if you figure on these supposedly strong trend. So there was 1, 2, hiccup, 3, 4, entry, back the other way. Same thing here, pretty much. I don't know how you could get into this and think you're going to get anywhere. Or myself, I don't see how I could. I should say. And remember, past performance is not indicative of future results. Trading futures or derivatives not suitable for everybody, and you can definitely lose more money than you've got in your account. And what the purpose of this stream is my visual virtual trading journal, and my dialogue and comments are for my own benefit when I review these tapes or these streams for my own learning experience, and hopefully someone else can gain from that as well. But it's certainly not trade advice. None anyway. They perform. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing now, but I don't like this kind of trade action. I don't know how to trade it, obviously. You know, had I hit it here or here, as I did here, I'd have been a winner both times, and that would have been that. But that's not the case. So I will give this some thought what I'm going to do next here. All right, there we go. We got the title all edited and everything. And I think I will pull the stream off now, and I might try to get back just before the open. I can take care of a few things here on the other side of my other computer. So trade well, trade safe. If you are trading, trade smart, trade what you see, not what you think. And remember that your goal is to trade for tomorrow. Does you no good to study, read, learn, take lessons, anything else if you blow your account up and can't trade. So the idea is to take as many trades, add as many trades to your data sequence as you can so that your edge can manifest itself, and you will become a consistently profitable trader. So I'm going to wind the stream down here now and then probably come back up at 9:30 rather than just sit here and make up stuff for the next hour. But we've turned to a risk-off situation leading into the open. That's interesting. The settlement is up here at 491, so we've blown past that and through the close. So not really a gap situation right now. We're just about a couple of ticks off the close. Settlement's up here a little bit higher, so there shouldn't really be a gap. This is value area low and POC from yesterday's regular trading hours. And we are extremely close to the Globex low for that Globex stat. So there we have it. And the daily is doing what? Yeah, the daily's looking low, looking heavy. Heavy. And I still believe they're going to get down here. My thinking is down around this 315, 300 area. Test all these. This was quite a substantial break to get through this. It took a lot of whacks, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13 actually before they finally got through it. So that doesn't count all this little sell-off and correction down here. My thinking is that they're going to probably test down here and perhaps lower, but test down to this 308 level. And one would sort of expect this is kind of a rollover there. I don't know what kind of a top you call that. You'd call that. But anyway, it's a something, something, something. I'm sure somebody's got a name for it. This is that Ikanashi story. And this is the candlesticks. Sure. Not sure what I think, except I did get suckered in here and stopped out, so that's kind of disappointing. Looking at those Ikanashis. All right. So I'm going to shut it off now, and I'll should come back up at for the open in about 45 minutes. Try to get on about 5 minutes before, I think. I just not sure that it would be beneficial for anyone if I just sit here and let the charts grind and talk. I don't know. I'd like to see this just sell off over here on the ES and then grab a nice trade and get that money back, get that 160 back. I hate putting the stream off, but I'm thinking that they're going to be quite cautious here and that the open may be interesting, but they've been pretty muted here. There's a little bit of movement here and here, but I mean, earlier in the day, yeah, there was a hell of a run up there. For the London Open. Yep. So look it up there past POC. And our value area low is up here at 542 from yesterday's regular trading session. I mean, I wouldn't know what to tell you to think about this right here. That absolutely could go either way. As can every trade. Your very next trade probability is always 50-50. But I mean, as far as a general trend, it doesn't look to me like. Looks like they're selling it down. It's got lower highs, lower lows. So, and if you look at the daily, one would sort of think that they're going to probably sell it down here to this area. But that's pure conjecture. Could turn right around and rip up to an all-time new high, you know. Who knows? I wish I could decide whether I like the looks of these. I thought this was helpful or not. And I'm so disappointed the Renko doesn't work. But in my view, it just completely sucks. And I wish they would respond to my questioning. Look at that. How are you going to trade that? There's no volume. There's no cumulative delta. There's no anything. This is all you get when you get a wrinkle. So pretty poor. And right now, for example, what's happening here? Well, it's painting a wick, right? Look where price is, and look at the top of the last brick. Well, what are you going to do with that? I don't know what to do with that. So with the Rinko that I use on Investor RT, I can pretty much tell what's going on, but Not with that one. And this is the standard candlestick 20 range. So ES is kind of holding its own right here below VWAP and in value. As soon as another candle gets ready to paint here, this value profile or histogram will show back up. Not sure how they have that set up, but it doesn't calculate very frequently. So here we are. I'm going to step aside here for take care of some stuff. What is this going to happen? What is this doing? Yeah, I don't know. I may not even trade this after the open. Looks to me like they're just kind of mixing it up, trying to get some people suckered in. And that's I'm not interested in playing that game. So I'll right back. All right, I'm going to make a couple of adjustments here. I'm going to stop the stream now and then restart probably in about 5 minutes before the open, I believe, assuming that I can get these adjustments made on the streaming software. So if you find any value in the stream, please subscribe. Thumbs up. It's great. Maybe we get some more people in the community and get a dialogue going, which would really be great, of like-minded traders that are looking to trade responsibly and intelligently and thoughtfully and achieve consistent profitability. It's not a big hype deal, or you know, my intention is absolutely not to be an internet star or a YouTube star. I am trying to trade and use this as my trade journal, and hopefully other people will be similar-minded people will find that interesting, and we can share thoughts. So, trade safe, trade smart, and trade for tomorrow. I'll probably be back in about 35